Dr. Mack's influence, it started way before he met me. He touched my grandfather, my father. He also was my mother's professor. And when he brought me into the Street Academy, it transformed my life.
My relationship with Dr. McMillan started as an undergraduate at the University of Louisville. I was in one of his education classes, and it was profound because he always talked about what he was going to do when he got through being a teacher at U of L. He was going to start a program for black young men. And so that kind of stuck with me, and he said, if I ever start one, I'd like for you to come along. And that was probably 30, 40 years ago. At the Street Academy, he called me and said he had to start in the Street Academy and that he had chosen me. And I felt privileged because this was someone that I highly respected and I really loved. And so when he said that, it made me feel special. That's what Dr. McMillan kind of did. He made everybody feel like you were really special.
One thing about the Street Academy that I love, and that's the reason I've been working so hard there, is that we got young black men teaching young black men. And it's the first time some of those kids have had a black man teacher.
We have to be able to dismantle, totally dismantle that school to prison pipeline. And I think that with that Street Academy, that's the goal of the Street Academy, is to totally dismantle that school to prison pipeline.
The Street Academy is trying to build academic and social skills of young black males who are having difficulty in the school. Most of whom who are below grade level in the major areas academically. Not only that, but to teach manners, to teach how to say thank you and excuse me, pardon me, thank you, which many of our kids don't have. Nobody's teaching them adequate manners, how to be good men, how to stand up, how to help your community, how to go to grocery for the old lady down the street, how to sweep the sidewalk, how to shovel the snow. That's the Street Academy. The goal of the Street Academy is to develop is to really try to rectify the wrongs that these kids have built up in their minds.
With these young brothers, I'm trying to introduce to them a new reality. The reality that a lot of times the young black boys see in the community is not positive, it's negative. We try to ground them into something that they can be a part of, that they can learn, believing them they can do it. Mainly believing that they can do it. So many of us have doubt. Being young, we have doubts. Some adults have doubts when we can achieve in certain areas. But when I make that their reality, it becomes a part of who they are. And giving them those principles of respect, confidence, inner peace, concentration, self-discipline, control of mind and body, having harmony with others, and being valued in the community, reconnected them to a community. Not only a family, but a community. Creating that unity within themselves and their families so they can have a whole world-rounded view of learning. Teaching them that they're in competition in the world, that they can make it. But in order for them to maintain competition, they have to be first cooperative. Being cooperative with their teachers, being cooperative with their parents, being cooperative with people in the community so that they can grow. Constantly giving them something and making them believe that they can. And above all, letting them know that I appreciate who they are. And when they begin to do that, they begin to appreciate who they are. In here, you're taught to think, not to be robots, but to think. The problem we have in our community is we don't think. We're looking at television, listening to music, to what we're supposed to be doing. But if you think, you'll know what you're supposed to be doing and be on the destiny and direction you're supposed to be on. Who can tell me before you do anything to think what?
First.
Of what?
Of course, and respect.
You, stand and tell it to me. Put your hand down.
Thank you for courtesy and respect. Foster the
Wait a minute. What's wrong with your voice, boy? You got cold? Have a seat, it's all right. Sir.
Thank you for courtesy and respect. Foster the spirit of effort and immediate positive action. Always strive for a better personality. Keep the way of sincerity. Utilize your knowledge and physical vigor for the purpose of right. Remember that you are somebody young, gifted, and smart. Be loyal to your leaders, obedient to your parents, and honorable to your friends. And never ever give up.
Keeps us from succeeding is fear. We're afraid of everything. We got so much fear in us, we don't know what to do. And the main fear we have is that of ourselves, to succeed. We're afraid to succeed. But when we remove that fear, it's only two things that you have, fear and faith. And they do not share the same space. Once we move the fear out of the way, then we have a room for faith. Who can tell me? Who? Sir.
Our greatest fear is not that we are inadequate, but that we are powerful beyond measures. It is our light, not our darkness, that frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be? Brilliant, talented, handsome, gorgeous, fabulous. Actually, who are you not to be? You are the child of light. Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightening about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We were born to manifest the light within us. It's not in some, it's in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we constantly give other people permission to do the same. And as we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others.
As we go through life, we don't know what manhood is. Each one of you are taught to be men. You are no longer boys. You are men. Man means mind. Man means responsibility. Man means striving forward and making a difference in himself and his community and his family. Who? What is manhood? What is manhood?
1. God first. That's the key. Acquire strength. The position of oneself so that observation comes before reaction. Manhood, where study is preferred to nightlife, where emotion is not seen as a weakness. Love for self, family, children, and the sense of self goes beyond the verbal. Manhood, making your life accessible to children in meaningful ways, able to recognize the work we're in, doing anything to take care of family so long as it does no harm and negatively affect the community. Willingness to share resources to the maximum. Willingness to struggle relentlessly against the evils of this world, especially those evils that directly threaten the community. Manhood, able to seek and be that which is just, good, and correct. Properly positioning oneself in the context of our community. A brother to brothers and a brother to sisters. A listener, a student, a historian. One who develops leadership qualities and demands the same from those who have been chosen to lead. Manhood, seeks material rewards as a means to an end, and not unto themselves, clean mentally and physically. Respects the man that is weak, one who respects his elders, practical idealist, questioner of the world, spiritually in tune with the best of the world. Manhood, direction giver, sensitive to his needs and aspirations, realizing that it is not necessary to completely absorb oneself unto them, and that nothing must come between the community and you. Seeker of truth, worker of the first order, a teacher, an example of what is to be, fighter, a builder with a vision, a student of peace and war, warrior and statesman, one who is able to provide as well as receive, culturally sound, creative, motivator, and a stimulator. Manhood, lover of all that is beautiful, challenger of the known as well as the unknown. Manhood.
You too. When you get call like that? Manhood. Sit down. It's all right. It's not bad. We all get like that. It's all right. That's all right. That's how you win. People who don't make mistakes don't make anything. You're gonna make mistakes, but you keep going. What happens to us is we make mistakes, we stop. We stop. But it's beauty in that. True beauty you cannot see nor touch. Why? Because it's love. Love is the most powerful thing that you can attach yourself. And first of all, you must love your what? Self. You got to love yourself. Everybody looks for a certain number to fail, but I haven't had none of them to fail. None. We don't believe in it, for one. Maybe that's why I can't see it. Because we teach them that there is no such thing as failure. The best thing they can do is try, and trying itself is an accomplishment beyond failure. I believe every child can succeed, every kid can succeed, because I too, as an adult, is still growing. Because I had some mentors that are here, people like Dr. Macmillan, people like Reverend Coleman. Those are people who inspired me to even be here. That was my path in coming here, and I have an obligation to them to do a great job, a good job.